Hey guys, Spray here, and welcome to the very first episode of a new series that we're starting for Victoria 2. We're going to be playing as Prussia in the Pop's Demand mod, if you couldn't tell by the title up there. Anyways, I'll give you a little bit of an overview about the Pop's Demand mod. Basically, it's just an overhaul for the vanilla. It's just an enhanced vanilla version of the game. As you see, Ottomans and stuff are like, everything's a little bit different. The colors, the one thing I really dislike is that UK is pink, but you know what, we're not playing the UK, so it doesn't really bother me that much. As you notice, Russia has Finland is actually its own country. It's just under the sphere of Russia, so it's a little bit different. Sweden is the same way, with Norway being in their sphere, sort of like a vassal. Denmark has Holstein as well. The Qing Empire is a little bit different. There's everything. I think this is actually how they are in vanilla, except for their name goes across all the things, even Korea. Japan starts out in a shogunate fashion. I don't know why. Maybe is that how Japan was in this time period? I'm not sure exactly how that works. But anyways, there's a lot more little guys here in Africa, which is cool, and as well as South Africa. There's quite a few. There's like these guys here. I don't know if they're there in vanilla. I'm not really sure. Madagascar is its own thing. I believe the United States is pretty much the same. Nothing. Texas maybe looks a little bit different than usual. South America is pretty much unchanged, I'm pretty sure. There's, for some reason, I don't know if that's like it normally is, because that's kind of weird. Bolivia and Peru are like super Peru, I guess. They're not like one country, but they're spheres. Anyways, yeah, British North America, that's not a, but yeah, that's still a province, not a colony, or it's not its own. They didn't release it as a satellite yet. But we're playing as Prussia, and the reason why I wanted to play as Prussia is because ever since I started playing, or the first time I ever saw Victoria 2 was on Fruit 100's channel, and he's playing as Prussia, and he was wanted to form Germany, of course, and it was so cool. That's the reason why I started playing this game, and I couldn't just go ahead and do, Germany again in the vanilla. I had to pick a mod, and Pop's Demand mod is something that I've seen on Captain Obvious Kyle and a couple other YouTubers playing, and it looks like a really solid mod. Compared to modern day mod, this is like the best mod ever, completion wise at least. Anyways, we have a couple obstacles in our way. First of all, to form Germany, we need all the areas in that are slashed yellow. I guess that's yellow. Anyways, which is not too big a deal. We actually start off with a bunch of those things sphered, as you can see here. All these guys are our sphere, all the yellow. And if we click off, you can actually see we have some Great Britain to deal with, but that's really easy because Great Britain kind of lets Hanover go pretty easily because, of course, they don't care. Since Hanover's all the way over here, it's kind of a waste for them to try to keep putting influence points, especially when the UK has so many other things that they need to be influencing, like India and stuff. Whatever, and Belgium, most importantly, like they got to worry about France, but Hanover usually they let fall to us. The big issue rises when we start talking about Austria, because as you see, Austria has quite a few of the things that we need. If you will look again to see that we actually need all of this from Austria, so yeah, we're gonna have to go to war with them for that, most likely, because they hold on to that like for dear life. They will hold on to those spheres. So the best way to do it is to go to war. And from what I found, it looks like France is going to be one of our best allies. And I think that's different from vanilla, because in vanilla, I believe they hold some of the provinces we need to form Germany, or at least they hold like these ones over here. Yeah, these ones are German provinces, but we don't need them to form the first Germany, which is one of our decisions. We'll see here. We might need it to form Super Germany, but to do the North German Confederation, all we need is those things that I showed you earlier, where we actually have cores, which would be these stripy areas, and of course our own lands. But luckily, like I said, we already started out with a bunch of them already sphered. The biggest issue, I think the first one we're going to deal with, though, is that Holstein. Holstein is sphered by Denmark, and usually it's a pretty swift war we go to war with Denmark, and we make them release it, or we steal it from their sphere, which is not that bad because Denmark kind of sucks. So hopefully they don't get any good allies. We are going to try to get a good ally from day one. We're going to go start improving relations with the Russians. This is kind of more like a defensive thing because the Russians don't really want to be our ally too bad. As we'll look here and we'll see, they probably won't accept. We should have looked at that earlier, but we can't now. We have to wait a month. But France, on the other hand, is going to be really happy to see that we want to be an ally, and they will do a lot of our work for us, especially with Austria early on in the game. Anyways, yeah, France is a pretty good ally, so, I mean, I doubt that Austria will take Russia as an ally, because I don't think that we can look at our relations here. See, they start out basically the same as we do, and we've improved relations, so Russia is kind of hesitant to take relations with us in an ally sense. But anyways, let's go ahead and accept these alliances. This is just our vassals asking for an alliance on day one. It's pretty normal. We got the rights of man as a decision we can do. A recognition has begun among our people that the basic fundamentals rights of all humanity shares. This is the first step in becoming a truly modern civilization. Well, of course we'll do this because we want to get that prestige. So yeah, we'll do that right away. We have no movements, no nothing going on right now. We start out pretty good. We have a lot of factories, and that's going to be very helpful. How much money do we have? Let's go ahead and invest in these projects because we have it. We'll save the rest of our money though. The first thing we're going to research is going to be experimental railroad. We're going to want to come back and get ideological thought because it gives us more diplomatic influence, and of course we need state and government to form the North German Confederation. But for right now, I think we're going to be fine just going with some industrial. We'll probably get experimental railroad and clean coal, and then we're going to go get some army things, and then around that time it should be 1840-ish. But we still, in 1840 is when I think you can start researching state and government. No, 1850. So we have 20 years, 24 years before we have to actually worry about trying to form Germany. So that's our time frame. Anyways, so yeah, our first research, like I said, is going to be experimental railroad because railroads are the shiz. Anyways. Now, okay, we're going to go ahead and start using our national foci to encourage capitalists in our most populous areas. Normally, I would have started out with clergymen, because you kind of need those for research points. But a feature of the popular pop demand mod is that capitalists also are really important in encouraging your research. 4% is actually optimal, and you get more research points for having 4%. So since we have 0, I think it's a good idea to start with them. Now we're going to balance our budget here a little bit. We're going to want to max out all of our slidey bars because we're going to want to have everything going. But as you see here, that's kind of expensive. So we're going to raise our tariffs. You can probably get away with about 10%, and that's what I usually set it to, 10%. And we're going to go ahead and tax our rich for 0, or as low as we possibly can. We have some limitations, and I believe that's due to the mod. But we're going to tax our poor as much as we possibly can. And don't worry, if you guys are out there crying like, no, the poor are going to die because they're taxed. No, look at this. Our actual tax is only 51%. So hey, you get to keep half of your money. Whatever. Poor people don't matter, at least in this game. All right, so that should be pretty good to start off. We may want to go ahead and increase relations with France, just so that they'll send us an alliance offer like we want. And we're going to save this 1 point. This 1 point of diplomatic. Who are these guys? Why do they have occupied? Oh, they're occupied by Carlist rebels already? Day 1? It hasn't even been 5 seconds? Oh god, looks like Spain's going to switch to Carlist Spain, which is kind of annoying. It's kind of weird. It's not even annoying. It doesn't really matter because Spain is like useless in this game almost. Their only thing is they try to mess with the United States sometimes, and that's kind of funny. Anyways, we have a really weak navy. Usually I would just disband this navy, but it took forever to build, which gives me an idea. We need to actually start building some navy because it's going to be very helpful to actually have a good navy. We don't want to build them all in the same place, sorry. We're going to try to spread them out. Alright, that should be a pretty good... We have all of our naval bases upgraded and everything already to the max. We're going to want to do more navy bases in the future because we're going to go ahead and try to be a super colonial power later on after we form Germany, so that'll be really cool. Anyways, let's start moving our troops down to the border with Austria. Well, actually, we're going to probably go to war with Denmark first, so we can go and... Let's just move our troops over there. We don't need to worry about Russia because we're going to be buddy-buddy with them. We're going to go ahead and start influencing Hanover. And it's, like I said, it's pretty much worthless to try to influence these guys because Austria will just sit there and ban us all day long. The best thing we can do is actually just, you know, go to war with them and steal them into war. Because all of these guys are pretty much owned by us anyways, besides, you know, the important ones. Alright, so we gotta, can't forget about these troops over here, so we'll try to snatch them up as well. We'll combine all these, because we don't need them just sitting around randomly. We need them together, because we don't want them to get squished instantly by Austria or something if we ever happen to go to war. Huh, alright. One last looky here. Do we have anything... We invested in projects. We're going to have a lot of money. Prussia is like an industrial powerhouse, so money is not going to be an issue. Let's go ahead and we're going to set our Berlin, our capital, as the place for new units. Can we build any units right now? Yeah, let's build some artillery. And then we'll also build some regulars. There's some new units. There's mobile artillery, there's cavalry, and infantry. These guys, I don't really see a use for them. Honestly, I think that the other units are better. I don't know why they're here. Maybe those are for in uncivilized nations. I'm not exactly certain. And anyways, we're going to go ahead and build the rest regulars. There we go. That's all of the units we can build. Alright, now I think that's going to be a good start. Alright, let's go 1 speed. And we'll ramp it up from there, seeing that it's good. Alright, we're at peace. We're going to lose some money in the beginning, but that's usual. It looks like we actually have quite a lot of income. Who's not doing good? Our artisans, they always do crappy, so I'm not really too concerned. We're losing some pop, but that's okay, because, you know, it'll, yeah, there we go, now we're getting it. Ah, we got an expert diplomat, so we get more... Oh, wow, that's actually really good. Alright, and we get plus 50% diplomatic points. Wow, that's pretty cool. Alright. I love the Victoria 2 music. It's pretty good. And I'm actually glad the sound effects work, because that was another thing about the mod, the modern day modded, the sound effects didn't work. Alright, so we're going to bump it up to 3 speed, because I think that's something that I can handle. Saxe-Weimar is asking for an alliance. That's another one of our spheres. Who's asking for alliance? Okay, Bremen, that's another one of our spheres. You just gotta be careful when like great powers start asking you for an alliance, because if you ally with one of them, they're not gonna, you know, you're not gonna get any other alliances usually. Hamburger allied with us. Yay! Okay, well they're on our sphere, duh. I'm surprised Lubeck has not yet. I'm just gonna let them ally with me. I don't really care to ally with them because if we, it's a waste of our diplomatic points. They'll send us alliance offers eventually. We're gonna want to just keep increasing relations with Russia, just so that they love us. More so because France will eventually ask us for an alliance, I think. And if not, we'll ask them. But I mean, it should be pretty easy. I don't think actually it does cost. It only costs 1 point though. Who's Mecklenburg? Yeah, that's my sphere. So sure, of course. Without a doubt. We might want to start fabricating claims on Denmark so we can go to war with them. What's interesting is we can actually make them into a puppet as well. If we play our cards right, we can steal this from their sphere and make them into our puppet. Oldenburg is alliance. Saxe, blah blah blah. Lubeck, yes. Oh, good, our population is going sweet, but we don't get as much children or education efficiency. That's fine though, because we have pretty good literacy. It's actually nominal, I would say. You know, I think the only literacy that's better than us is probably Sweden. Sweden has some really good literacy for some reason. I guess there's nothing else to do all day in Sweden because it's so cold. You know, you just get to read all day. Yeah, that's my joke for today. Anyways. Saxe, yes. Okay, good. France. France, don't you want to be my ally? Come on. Alright, France. I'll ask you to be the ally then. Good, we've entered into a military alliance. Hopefully, we can start dragging them into wars now with Austria. Because, of course, you know, like I said, we have till 1850, but one of our main goals is going to be to form Germany, but I mean, like, we have till 1850 until we have to do that. So we should probably figure out who we're going to go to war with. We might want to maybe even take one of those, one of these African peoples, because, you know, it's pretty easy. Tripoli is already getting invaded by Ottomans. So we don't have any transports, though. That's the problem, and it's going to take us quite a while to build transports. So I think we're just going to chug along here, and maybe it's a good time. Let's go to war with Denmark since they don't have any allies. They might have two good... No, good. We have almost enough relations, so we'll decrease our relations. And yeah, we're going to need to use every single diplomacy point that we possibly could have in making alliances and keeping up relations, because we do not want to end up in a war that we're not prepared for or in the perpetrator of. Anyways, alright. So yeah, Denmark is getting no love, so we can justify war. We're going to want to release puppet. Yes, that is releasing... it's their puppet, not a sphere, so... we can make them release puppet. It's only going to give us 2.5 infamy, so there's no reason to be afraid. We got some troops coming in here. We got too many people here in Berlin, just because we're actually taking attrition in our capital. My God, we must have a lot of troops. Let's move half of them over there, and then these other guys can go there. I want to keep the capital clear so that when new units arrive, they're not going to start taking attrition right off the bat either. Frankfurt, sure, you can have an alliance. I believe we're going to go to war against Denmark, of course, but I don't think we're even going to take the... I don't think we're even going to call our allies, because we don't need France right now. The only thing we might need France for, actually, is to take out their navy, because we only have 3 ships, but France actually has quite a lot of navy. So maybe we will call just France? I don't know. I mean, France is usually really good about coming along. Ooh! Oh, 1.5 infamy. Boo-hoo. We have our cool expert diplomat, so he's going to be doing that for us. Yay! And with this first war, we're going to be able to hopefully get a bunch of prestige and stuff, and we could probably usurp the 4th place position over Austria. Yeah, Austria kind of sucks, because they are, I believe, we have like some amazing industrial plots. They don't have as much amazing industrial. Alright, we can do something to Hanover. Eastern Rhineland gets the trustee system. The trustee system, okay, was a correction system originated in the U.S. state of Mississippi, but also employed in Alabama, Texas, Louisiana, and others, which under prison convicts with a record of good behavior, often equated with obedience, were allowed to police over other prison inmates in a strict pseudo-military hierarchy of power, with some inmates deemed especially trustworthy being allowed to carry firearms. What? For-profit convict labor was a cornerstone of the system. The trustee system was first employed on the Pararch farm in Mississippi, and was the 19th century turned into the 20th, much lauded as a profitable modern correction system. Reports of widespread inmate abuses would end the system in 1970, but in 1836 it was all the rage in certain Prussian states. The rips crack out of love. This rouse sounds a little rather dreary. Okay, this is look. It looks like this is what we're gonna have to do. We're gonna get some RGO throughput, which is really good. Until it's only 10 years. Okay, that's not so bad. I think I'll take that. Because I mean, we're gonna get militancy and consciousness anyway. We might as well get the RGO throughput in the Eastern Rhineland. Sounds great. The whips crack out of love. All right, let's find Hanover, and we're gonna make ourselves a better opinion. Great Britain might even just lose the sphere over Hanover. That happens from time to time, where they just randomly they just lose it. You just can't hold on to them. Hanover has oh no, they discredited us. It's hilarious when we get discredited here, because and then Great Britain tries to catch up or whatever, because we still make more influence than them, because Great Britain is just kind of far away compared to us. Of course, you know, we're right next door. Great Britain's across the water. We're just going to dominate, especially since we're focusing only on there, and we're going to get these guys through war. It's going to be so much easier just to like instantly take them. All right, all Prussia gains 2 consciousness. All bureaucrats. Let's do that one, because I'm sure the Rhineland is good, of course, but ooh, okay. So we got to go to war now with Denmark. So we're going to declare war to release the Holstein, and we're going to call our allies. It looks like okay, everybody's coming. Denmark is not happy with us, but whatever. We already paid for all our troops, so we're going to have the advantage. So I'm just going to try to press that advantage. Hopefully, I've seen it where France is kind of dumb and like takes only 3 ships or something stupid like that up to the north. but like, come on, use your freaking. You have 60 ships already. For God's sake, France, go kill their navy, please. I beg of you, France, kill their navy, because it's really annoying when you can't. Because you gotta to get over to Copenhagen, we're gonna need something. Anyways, can we move our ships over here, or are we gonna get raped? I'm gonna go for it. I mean, if we lose one navy battle, it's not the end of the world. But I would love to be able to take some troops to this little island here. So if that's possible, it looks like it is, we will do that. Alright, so let's keep on moving our troops in. We're gonna need to, it's gonna be a little bit before we're done with this war, but it should be pretty easy, actually. So let's see here. Why is there no one? Oh, that's because there's a weird tiny little province up there. Okay, I thought that's what the one. Alright, whatever. Alright, Denmark has engaged us. That's fine, we have plenty of troops to deal with them. No worries about losing anything against Denmark. Hopefully, if we can. Yeah, we're gonna quickly just wreck that little army there. We're gonna come in and reinforce our boys there. Then we're gonna shut down Pomerania. 10% more liberal or militant. Let's get the militancy. It's only 0.09 infamy. Or in militancy, whatever. Alright. So let's get these guys. Yeah, they're on the boat. Alright, and we'll move them out here. And we're gonna send these boys. Are these guys going somewhere? Oh good, there's France. Yay! Kill them. Kill them all. Alright, so you guys are gonna go in there and siege it up. We've got another 36,000 army here, so we'll send them down there as well. Let's send you to this one. Alright. Good. Alright, they're almost out there? Are you serious? Did the people not get on? Get on the damn boat. Alright, there we go. Now they're on the boat, like I asked them to be. Good. Oh, and look, we get to fight Denmark once again. Yay, more war score. Peace offer. See, this is where it gets kind of tricky. What do we want to do? Do we want to actually let them go, or should we force them to do something else? I mean, this is just going to put Holstein right in our sphere, so it'll be nice, but, oh, we know, we got a small arms factory. I'll just get rid of it. And let's go ahead and subsidize, because we have plenty of cash. As you see here, we already have like over. We might as well pay the subsidies just to keep our people employed. So should we just take it, or do we want something else? We can always add a war goal to make them our puppet, or we could take their Greenland and Iceland. I don't think we really want Greenland and Iceland, but I think we should add a humiliate because it's going to give us more prestige. How much does it cost? 3 infamy? Okay, that's easy. We'll take that. What's the add to sphere do? Add to sphere gives us 10 prestige. Humiliate only gives us 5. So let's actually do add to sphere. We might as well have them in our sphere right away. Alright, so we can add that. And that takes it up to a little bit more war score requirements. So it should be pretty easy, though, to get that high. Alright, our boys are in the ocean now. We're going to take them to their little island here. Alright, let's get up these guys spreading out up here. Come on. France, are you serious? You're losing to them? Oh, we should probably send... Yeah, okay, we have plenty of troops in there. Good, well, hopefully we can squish the... Yeah, there we go. Alright. I was like, no, don't lose, France, please, dear God. Let's send some over into Copenhagen. You want to take their capital? Alright. We can move these ships back in just in case the Danish get a little frisky and try to kill us or something. Alright, let's take those guys out. Actually, we'll leave these 5,000 men behind just to start the siege up. Oh, upper house rearranged. Alright, good. And, ooh, we beat them there. That's hilarious. Oh no, they actually ran there. Oh, damn it. We already lost the, frick. Oh well. We'll get a bunch of points. I think that should be enough sieging and stuff that we can... Or France is gonna... See, this is what I was telling you guys about. France is retarded. They come up here with 4 ships, and they're like, oh, why aren't we winning? Ha ha ha, sacre bleu. Like, why are we not destroying them? Anyways, we're gonna send back some troops because we're just taking attrition up here needlessly. Alright. Yep, there we go. The sieges are rolling in, and we're going to start rolling back down into Berlin, like I said. We're making no money right now, but that's okay because, you know, we're fine. We'll make more money once we peace out. I think we're having to spend a lot more on our units because, of course, we're at war. But, you know what? It'll be fine. As soon as we get out of the war, we'll be alright. Oh, hello. Looks like they're coming back here, trying to unsiege. Let's take our 9,000 units down there to fight, and we'll balance off some 10,000 units down there. And then these guys as well. We'll just leave a siege contingent behind, which should be pretty easy. Come on, you stupid French. Go up there and kill them all. For any province... Ooh, good. Mining efficiency plus 50%. Awesome. That's pretty sick. Alright, back up to 3 speed. Let's take these 28,000 and send them to that little area there. Ooh, our ships got completed. Yay! Do we have any others? No, it's only the 2. We completed our frigates. Yay! Alright. There we go. Yay! Alright. We need to get some troops over there to Copenhagen and whatever this thing is. Or in Nice. Or to Nice. Whatever. Alright, good. Ooh, we got an experimental railroad. Awesome. Now let's get coal and we are going to be on our way. This is pretty sweet. Belgium is asking for military access, a peace offer from Denmark. Alright, they're going to give us both things that we want, so we're going to go ahead and accept that. And we'll take our troops back here to the... well, let's merge these guys here, and then we're going to merge these guys here. Why does it say we have 38,000? Is that our... Oh, we got those guys. Okay. Let's take these guys down to there, because we're going to... The next war, of course, is going to be against Austria, because we want these guys. Why do they want military access? Belgium is at war with... Oh. With China lands. Okay. So, yeah, sure, they can have it. They're at war on the side of who? It looks like they're at war on the side of Britain, so that's pretty normal. I guess they're fighting in Asia here. I think this is the Oriental Crisis War or whatever. But we can do Whistle Stop Tour now that we got our thing, which is going to give us some losing militancy. So we're going to get rid of that 0.202 militancy as well as getting 5 prestige. Awesome. All right. I have an experiment that I think I'm going to do, which involves releasing nations. If right before we form Germany, or you know, the North German Confederation, if we release all of our nations, can we get all this prestige? Because I think the prestige is something that that this mod adds. So if we get all this prestige, that'd be pretty cool. Anyways. Yeah, we start off as an absolute monarchy, so we don't have to deal with any elections. Thank God. Oh. And we can be the Conservative Party for forever. Yay! The best party is the Conservative Party, no doubt. We got some projects here. There's going to be an explosion of projects probably for railroads, I hope. We got a bunch of extra cash laying around, so let's go ahead and expand some of these forts that border the Austrians. Because we're going to need as much defense and help as we can get, because of course the Austrians are pretty powerful, and it takes France is like I said, France is kind of dumb, so it takes them a while to get through. Like, because usually their spheres, Austria's spheres, will come to war, and it kind of sucks. Anyways, the United Kingdom has got Workshop of the World. Congratulations, United Kingdom. One of the worst things that can happen actually is Bavaria coming of great power. It's just like, headache, because you gotta like go to war, humiliate them, take down their prestige or whatever, and increase yours, and it's just annoying. Oh, we've actually risen to 3rd in the world. How are we? Ooh, we beat the Russian Empire. My God. Well, it's just our fabulous industry. Well, that's a good start. And we have like so many spheres. It's like we almost rival the United Kingdom in amount of spheres. I don't think I've ever actually read one of these newspapers. It's kind of boring. It's like, oh, blah 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 blah. Ooh. Adolf Dorstig, a German educator, laid down principles for the teaching of children that aimed at making them conscious, thinking, responsible citizens. His ideas got him suspended. Oh, wow. Well, we get some prestige and research points, so that's nice. Our clean coal was advanced along a little bit. I'm telling you guys, clean coal is going to do so much for our economy. It's going to be so great. We probably want to get our guys back from Stockholm, so let's get our navy out there. Can we just walk? Oh, sweet, we can just walk home. Awesome, because we're exiled or whatever. We can walk through Sweden. Sweet. So we don't even have to get those ships. All right, let's move them, and we'll rejoin them with the is that the 4th corps? I can't really tell. All right. Well, we'll just keep our troops on the border here, matching Austria, of course, opposing forces. Excellent, excellent. Shaft mining, get a bunch more efficiency. We're making 400 a day. Sweet. Let's see if we can't upgrade any. Oh, we'll invest in this project for sure. We're gonna want to invest in Hanover for foreign, because we're gonna get that gives us actually more influence over them. So let's do that. Foreign investment over Hanover. We'll go to Europe here. Hanover. We're gonna start just by let's build some factories for them. It's very cheap to build factories. I mean, we have 200,000. So steel factory I know is really good. Cement is okay. Let's do a lumber mill, and then we'll do a paper mill in this one. We can build an. I mean, a lot of these factories look like they'll do well. Let's build a fertilizer factory. Glass factories I know are pretty solid early game. Luxury for no, just kidding. Wow, the winery is not going to do well. Liquor distillery. Luxury clothes factory? No. Bakery. There's in Pops Demand they add like 20 new factories, which is pretty cool. We'll build a bakery for them. How about we build a boot factory? And we build a fabric factory. How about that? Okay, that's probably good enough for an amount of investment. We have 100% of the investment. Our projects are good to go, and our factories are going to be continuing. All right, good. Yeah, all right, so that's going to about do it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the first episode of the new Victoria 2 series in the Pop Demand mod. I am very excited to see what the rest of this mod has to offer, and how we're going to form Germany and be awesome, super Germany in Victoria 2. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Spray and pray out.